filming outside today because it's freaking beautiful out here. Anyway, see that? Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I just built an amazing tool that I think will be really helpful to Amazon sellers. I did build it in Nathan, however you want to say it, instead of Make. And the reason is because Nathan has some really awesome AWS tool integrations that are native to the platform. Now, why is that important? Well, if you've ever tried to deal with Amazon API calls, Amazon, a lot like Microsoft, makes it very difficult. There's like a signature you have to sign and then hash and do a bunch of really complex stuff that is kind of beyond my current skill set. But when the integration is native to the platform, all that stuff is handled automatically. So that's why I built it in NA10. And NA10 has access native integration to two tools that are very useful to Amazon sellers. One is AWS Rekognition, which is Amazon's AI label detection tool. And basically, it takes images and tells you what's in them. And what this does is it tells you what Amazon sees when it looks at your listing images. And the other tool is AWS Comprehend. This is a text label detection service. So basically, it tells you what Amazon sees your listing says, or what the words inside your listing mean to Amazon. So these are cool, very, very useful AI tools within AWS. And I built a tool that essentially takes that AI data and feeds it to another AI and gives you a report on what the data means. So let's take a look.
All right, let's get into this bad boy. So first, we have form trigger as usual. That's how I love to make these things. This is because it's just easier to grab the URL of the Amazon listing and put it in instead of like trying to find the ASIN. I just try to make it as easy as possible. So here we just take the URL. That's the only field that this takes. And then these two fields, they essentially find the ASIN within the URL and extract it. So that's what this is. It's a regex that takes the ASIN from the URL. Once we have the ASIN, we're able to do an HTTP request to Parazon. This is the Amazon API that I love to use. This gets the product details. So once the ASIN's in there, we put that in as a query, and it grabs all of the details for the product. Then what these three do here is actually grab the first three images. All right, so this is just a simple request to download the image because it needs to be, I guess, in Nathan. So we download the image and then upload it to AWS S3. We have to upload it to an AWS bucket. And then AWS Rekognition, right? So this is detect labels. This is Amazon's AI that essentially looks at an image and then figures out everything that's in that image. And then this code right here, which I did not write because I don't know how to write functions. Claude Sonnet 3.5 wrote this. This code right here just grabs all of the details and puts it in one block, right? Because we have to give all of it at the same time to the AI. So we just put it in a block here, and then we save that block as a variable here so that we can grab it later. This is an example of those blocks, right? It's just the name of the thing and then the confidence level that Amazon has in that thing being what it called it. Anyway, and the reason why we do that is because this tells you whether or not Amazon thinks your images, whether or not Amazon understands what your images are, and whether or not Amazon thinks those images are relevant to what your product is. So that's really important. Anyway, so we do that 3 times for the first 3 images. We could do that more, but we do it 3 times for the first 3 images. And then we talk to OpenAI. So this is where we talk to GPT-4o. We say, you are an Amazon product listing optimizer. You take internal assessment data from Amazon on a product listing and use that as context for your suggestions. That's the system prompt. And then the user prompt is below our product listing details, as well as Amazon AI image recognition data for product listing images. Use this as context for requests, and then it gives the details. I just gave it like the first 3 bullets. It doesn't need the whole listing because it just needs to have an idea of what the product is so that the image recognition data makes sense. And then we pull those image variables that we saved here, and then the rest of the prompt is please determine, based on what the product is, A, whether Amazon appears to recognize with confidence what the product images are depicting, B, the level of confidence and relevance for each image in relation to what the product is, and C, photograph or illustration suggestions to improve the level of confidence and relevance in imagery that properly depicts what the product is. So that's the first AI output. Now, we come down here and we take the same data from the listing and now we give it to Amazon Comprehend. And what Amazon Comprehend does is it actually, there's 2 different Amazon Comprehend calls that we do. We do one for entity entity detection. So this takes all of the entities or the individual keywords that it can find, and then it categorizes by type, and then also the score, which is, again, its confidence level on whether or not this product is relevant to that keyword. And then it also does sentiment analysis, just positive, negative, or neutral. Again, we have to do some finagling with the data here. We turn it into a file, turn it from a file back into JSON, and then use the same code, the same function to group all of the output together. This time I did not save it into a variable because for some reason I didn't have to. The reason I had to up there was because for some reason sometimes the data isn't available from a module, so you have to do something with it to make it available. Anyway, either way, we did this for the title and for the bullets, right? Didn't do it for the description because a lot of listings don't technically have a description. They have A+, and A+ is on the image. That'd have to be a totally different machine that downloads that imagery, if anything like that even exists, and then is able to extract the text on it. So for now, we just have bullets and title. And this OpenAI it's the same system prompt, but this user prompt is below is Amazon comprehend entity detection and sentiment analysis for an Amazon product listing. Use this information as context for the following request, and then it gives the full product information as well as the data from comprehend, and then based on the data determine the following. A, what keywords Amazon's algorithm appears to recognize as entities. B, how relevant those keywords are based on confidence scores, and C, suggestions on how to increase relevance for important search terms. And it all gets merged into one thing. So let's go ahead and run this sucker. All right, so I found this. What is this, like a fishing rod or reel thing? I don't know, I'm not a fisherman. I'm gonna go ahead and take the listing, everything from, actually I don't need all these parameters. Maybe I just need this right here. So super simple, just take the listing URL, come back to my Nathan instance and press test workflow. It's gonna ask me for that URL, submit the form. Here we have it extracted the ASIN, and now it is running the pairs on scrape to get all of the listing details. Here we have it running through Amazon Rekognition. All of those images are now stored in my S3 bucket. OpenAI does its first assessment. And this is just on the information from Amazon Rekognition, its assessment. So that's really interesting. AI assessing AI. Then we have the Amazon Comprehend information coming through as well. And it'll finish up and it'll all be right here, and then we can look at that output. All right, here's our assessment. Based on the provided details and image recognition data, here are my determinations and suggestions. A, Amazon's recognition of product images. The Amazon AI image recognition data shows that the platform does not appear to recognize with high confidence that the image depicted is a fishing reel, which is the product in question. Categories like tools and machinery and technology and computing have high confidence scores. So Rekognition categorizes everything before it gives its confidence. And basically what Rekognition is saying is that the images for this product, it has high confidence. They belong to the technology and computing or tools and machinery category. But they are not specific enough to accurately describe a bait casting fishing reel. B, level of confidence and relevance for each image. So image 1, tools and machinery 99%, home appliances 96%, technology and computing 96%. Relevance. The high confidence in tools and machinery is somewhat relevant, but categories like home appliances and technology and computing are not directly related to the product. Image 2, tools and machinery, 99%, technology and computing, 95%, vehicles and automotive, 57%. Similar to image 1, the high confidence in tools and machinery category is slightly more relevant, but technology and computing and vehicles and automotive are not relevant to a fishing reel. Image 3, technology and computing, 99%. Plants and flowers, 74%. Home and indoors, 74%. Relevance, the high confidence in technology and computing, the presence of irrelevant categories like plants and flowers and home and indoors indicate a mismatch with the actual product category. That's really good to know. C, photograph or illustration suggestions to improve confidence and relevance. To enhance the recognition, accuracy, and relevance, consider the following suggestions. 1, clarity in the primary subject. Ensure the fishing reel is the primary focus of the image. Use a plain background to avoid confusion, which the main image does, but maybe the color is throwing it off, right? Because it's like a weird color that fishing reels usually aren't. 2, contextual photography. Show the fishing reel being used in real-world scenarios, like being attached to a fishing rod. 3, close-up shots. Let's actually look at that image, at those images, though. That's why. So the first 3 images don't show the product in use at all. The 4th image kind of does. Yeah, this is the problem. And the Rekognition results are a great illustration of why this is a problem. Okay. It's also saying infographic elements, incorporate infographics, highlight the features. I mean, I kind of did, but again, it's confusing for the machine to tell what the product is. Images to use, isometric view of the reel alone on plain white or neutral background, the reel mounted on a rod actively being used, close-up of important components like the handle spool and magnetic brake system, with arrows and text highlighting these features. Okay, let's look at this. This was one of, all right, so yeah, this only shows measurements. What it doesn't show is what the components are. So that's probably really good advice. Okay, now let's look at the comprehend. Based on the data from Amazon Comprehend, here's an analysis and suggestions to enhance the product listing. Entity recognition, confidence scores. Title entities, it got the brand name, type commercial item, score 68. Bait casting reels, that's a good keyword. Type commercial item, score 86. Some numbers. Type quantity, score 63, and then some more numbers. Type quantity, score 71, and then 1 BB, type quantity, score. So it has a lot of quantities. So it is confident that this seller is quantifying the listing well enough, but that's probably not what they're going for. Features, entities, Kiwa Toro, so multiple instances. So this looks like maybe a typo. That's not good. Organization, or that could be the name brand. Has another number, which it has labeled as quantity, score 94, up to 18 pounds, another quantity. It's picking out a lot of the quantities, maybe because there's too many numbers, I'm not sure, but that seems to be like the number one thing the AI is recognizing. Relevance analysis keywords, high relevance for this word right here, which again could be a brand name, needs improvement due to medium confidence. Bait casting reels, highly relevant with good confidence score. It's actually making a commentary on everything, essentially based on the relevance score, which is exactly what we asked it to do. Quantities like 801 and up to 18 pounds, 10 magnets, 74 ounces, 24 hours have very high confidence scores indicating strong relevance. Moderate to low relevance is the 9+. So it's kind of breaking down everything based on the relevance. Now, how to increase relevance? Ensure primary keywords like this word right here, which it's assuming is important, and bait casting reels are specific, and specific gear ratios are emphasized. Suggested title, Suji along bait casting reels with gear ratio. So it recognized those numbers as gear ratios and then added a couple of important keywords like magnetic braking system, lightweight, colorful, and high performance reels. Bullet points and product description, use clear, concise bullet points that include high relevance keywords, highlight important features. I mean, we know this, but that is good advice. Keyword integration, integrate high-level relevance keywords naturally into the product features and description, include terms like, all right, so here's the brand fishing reels, high-speed bait casting reel, and durable fishing tackle to increase keyword density. Avoid keyword stuffing, ensure balanced and natural flow, enhance brand content. It even has suggestions for EBC, even though EBC wasn't part of this. So that means that 4.0 is trained on information about Amazon listings. And then it even talks about customer reviews and Q&A. So that is the analysis that you get. I think the image stuff was really, really powerful. And I think the comprehend stuff just kind of points out where a lot of missing opportunities are. So hope that helps.